that I wanted to sing from the moment I could form words, but I will never forget the day, probably about age 7, where I just suddenly developed a fear of singing in front of other people. So I went from being this little girl who would sing and my uncle would play the guitar and he'd be like, Puff the Magic Dragon, because that's, I don't know, that was the kids' song of the day, I suppose, to suddenly just being terrified and feeling so nervous and so scared to sing in front of any kind of audience. And that began my journey with a fear of being heard. So I believe they call that stage fright. So whether you're on a big stage or you're just finding it really difficult to sing in front of friends or family, I think that it's a pretty common struggle. And I know it's one that I still deal with on a daily basis. Even though I'm sitting here and I'm in front of cameras and I perform all the time, I still get terrified. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that have helped me so much over the years when it's come to dealing with my own stage fright so that you can shine your brightest. Okay, first things first, you just gotta accept it, which I know sounds crazy, but there's this preconceived notion that somehow we overcome stage fright, but like I said earlier, I don't think that's possible. So here's what you gotta do. This is really, really important. Understand that stage fright or nerves are simply miscommunicated excitement. So think about it. You love to sing, which is why you're watching this video in the first place, because you want to get over this. There's a part of you that's like, I want to be heard. So that means that this is something that you love. It's important to you. So if you think about all that excitement as just kind of getting misinterpreted by your body and your mind as stage fright, it's going to help you so much. So accept the nerves as miscommunicated excitement and know that the more you do this, the more you practice thinking about this in a fresh way, the less intimidating and overwhelming and surprising your nerves become. Next, you have to breathe, my friends. So as a singer, you know that breathing is super important, and it gets to kind of do double duty for you here, because not only is your breath super important to your performance and your ability to sing, but the breath is an amazing tool that will actually help to calm your nervous system. So focusing on the breath can really help to calm you down. If you're not breathing, you're gonna have a hard time singing. If you are breathing, everything's gonna flow exactly the way that it's supposed to. So use your warm-ups, something ridiculous like to help you find your center and ground. So if you're focusing on how that breath feels coming out of your body, how it feels when you breathe in, it's gonna really help to stabilize you and your voice before you sing. Next, be prepared. Now, I know this might be like, obviously, Lisa, I'm gonna be prepared, but I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on a stage and then been like, oh shoot, I forgot to practice this part of the song, or how do I want to end this again? So make sure that you're taking time to memorize your lyrics if you can, sing through the song without a guide vocal, so practicing with, the person that you're singing along to, like, singing with Ed Sheeran, isn't gonna help you as much as singing with just the track. Make sure that you've actually practiced this, you're familiar, you know how you're starting, where you're ending, all of those things before you get on the stage, and it's gonna help you to feel so much more confident before you perform. Now the next thing, which is kind of tied into my previous point, is practice being nervous. That's actually a thing, and I do it all the time. So what you want to do is you want to find somebody who's safe, but still makes your heart, like, when you think about singing for them, your heart kind of beats a little faster. That's how you can practice being nervous. So prepare, get ready, remind yourself this is just misinterpreted excitement, and then sing for that person or that group of people. Because if you know that they're safe, it's much easier than getting in front of a big crowd, right, that you don't know. And it just gives you an opportunity to get used to that feeling so it doesn't derail you later. And I have to say, this is an interesting thought. I get way more nervous performing in front of my friends and my family than I do large crowds. So think about that too as you go through this. If you can get through singing for somebody that you know and you feel really safe with, chances are you're gonna feel awesome when you get on the big stage. And my last point is you just gotta roll with it. You have to accept the fact that nobody is perfect. I cannot believe how many of my students over the years have been like, oh, I just wanna get through the song without any mistakes, or this happens, or this happens. I almost never get through a song without any mistakes. It is so rare to find a flawless performance, even by vocal professionals who've been doing this their whole life. So if you find that you trip over a word, or you don't hit a note perfectly, or something goes wrong, it's okay, we're human, and chances are your audience is gonna be just so happy to hear you sing that it's not gonna matter. So if something that you didn't expect happens, you just gotta roll with it, keep going. Make a joke to your audience, to the crowd, and have fun. So here's what I want you to do. I actually have a homework assignment for you. I would like you to practice being nervous right now. So grab your phone. I don't have one on me, but grab your phone, hold it in front of you, press that video record button, and sing something super simple. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Sing it to your phone, practice being nervous, practice being brave, and then if you are feeling extra brave, you can upload that, share the link below, and so you can see that this is a community that's here to be your cheerleader, to support you, and that when it comes to performing and dealing with stage fright, we are all in this together. So I cannot wait to hear your voices, and we'll see you around.